We are back at the KeSPA Cup for our final match of ZVZ to decide who gets out of Group B in second place. It's going to be Pet versus True, and this truly is anyone's game.
It certainly is, but let's not forget that Pet knocked Dark out of the tournament. One of the big fan favorites leading into the qualifiers, knocked him out in a Zerg versus Zerg. Dark, who went to 2 Zerg versus Zerg finals recently, both went to the last game. He lost the first, but brought it to a 7th game, and the second one he won versus the same opponent, who is arguably the best Zerg versus Zerg player in the world because he won a Star League off of that. We're going to see the map vetoes here. Really curious to see how this one comes out. Looks like True vetoing Gettysburg and Frost. Wants to pull in Galactic Process, potentially. Obviously, Pet picks it, but it's really the last choice available. And this is an interesting choice. Just wants to play maybe Zerg versus Zerg on maps Pet's less familiar with. And we're going to see these two-player maps to start things off. Mind games are definitely going to this. And again, those matches with Dark were not televised, so we don't know how he beat him. Did he cheese him? Did he play late game? Did he go for like a timing attack? Like what sort of Zerg versus Zerg is Pet up to right now? Nobody knows. And we're about to find out.
These two are chatting in the game, calling each other really handsome. We'll see if that helps either of them going into game number 1 on Frozen Temple.
얼어붙은 사운드로 떠납니다.
Here we are on Frozen Temple for game number 1 of the ZVZ matchup. Up in the top left in the purple, it is True.
Bit of an underdog, but defeated hero. His opponent also an underdog. It is his opponent from the team MVP. It is Pet. Was able to defeat hero. Now we'll find out if, you know, I think something that someone might say looking at this group is that Pet defeated hero, but also True defeated hero. Hero looks in bad form right now in the Frost versus Zerg matchup specifically. So TY crushed Pet in the winner's match. So how in form is Pet really? When you see him beat hero, at first you get really excited, but then you see how handily True defeats hero as well, and suddenly it starts to feel like it means less. I feel like Pet's decision making versus hero was very smart. And he knew perhaps some of Hero's weaknesses, tried to exploit that, but also made good decisions in the late game. This matchup is more technical in the early game about build choices. There's a lot of mind games that go into this. So we'll see. I mean, it's a very different matchup, and he's going to have to play a different style. And let's not forget, for Pet, he's now played all 3 matchups today, and that's a bit exhausting.
Yeah, it definitely is, but as you said, defeated Dark in the qualifiers. Seems like he's got some good ZVZ. Really looking forward to it. And look at this. True is being really sneaky, hiding all of his lings on the right side. Think about this map. It takes a long time to get that Overlord over to the opponent's base. And so it's going to take a while for Pet to scout the fact that this hatchery is late. Oh, he's going to see the lings with the second Overlord. Great scout.
Very good scout here for Pet, but it's still going to be tough to hold. He starts a Baneling Nest, needs to wall off that ramp, but buy time for Banelings. This is very Solar-esque. I mean, we saw this type of play in Game 7 on Frost of the Star League Finals. He's going to try to wall this off. It's too late. His queens aren't ready. The Lings come in. Speed is finished. And Pet may be finished as well here. This Spine Crawler is canceled and remade immediately by Pet. The queen gets surrounded, though. This is a big problem. Lings here with speed will take it out and then run away, avoiding that surround. Nice trap here, though, by Pet. I mean, wow. Feels like he's outmaneuvering Speedlings with Slowlings. The Baneling Nest is almost ready. He needs to keep that wall tight, or rather keep the ramp walled off.
There are more and more Lings streaming across the map, so even though Pet holds for now, it is quite scary. That queen almost getting surrounded now. The Spinecrawler, I believe he did not cancel that. We do have 2 Banelings on the way.
Yeah, the Spinecrawler did not get canceled. Let's not forget, this is 2 bases with 20 drones here for Pet. If he can survive. Look at this, the queen survives with 1 health, does finally go down, but the Banelings are ready. The Banelings are out. And he can remake Queens. He has Banes now. He should be able to be fine. If he just keeps Banes in the mineral line, I don't imagine this is going to be able to do much more damage. The challenge here really is the speed. True is just running circles around Pet's units.
Baneling going to be very... wow, great trade there. 1 link for 1 Bane and more links coming across. No Banelings are being made right now for Pet.
Oh man, the spine is off creep here, moving very slowly. Could get trapped as well. Drones are going to have to fight. He's going to start losing them here. Good target. Targets the Queen. A few more slowlings come out. Still 19. Drones to 13. He has the better economy. He has the defender's advantage. The spine, if it gets rooted, will really put a stop to this run by into the main, I'd say.
So many of those lings are so low. Every single time he tries to fight, the drones just turn on them and kill a bunch.
Okay, he gets in the main one more time. This is a big problem. He may just simply want to evacuate these drones. He fights with them again. Spinecrawler under fire. Here comes a Bane, though. The Bane can guard the mineral line and the spine here. And, you know, he's killing more and more drones, but they've been remade. You know, he's up to still 20 here.
Yeah, Pet actually very confidently making some more drones on the back of that. So, as you said...
Goat's taken out. That's a bit of an issue. But yeah, go on.
No, I mean, it definitely is. And more lings only being made here for True. He is totally all in, has not transitioned into drones at all just yet. So Ben has to be careful about that. That spine does not die, and he's got an extra Baneling here.
Yeah, the Queen does not have enough energy for transfuse yet, but it's getting close. The rings go in with the Bane trap.
The one hit that he needed, and he gets it. That's going to totally shut it down.
That should be game, I'd say.
I believe so.
Does not have enough links here to continue the attack. And both of these Zergs have really been super duper aggressive throughout their entire group tonight, and we just see this already here in game 1 from True. And this attack is over. He's now half the worker count of his opponent. And at some point here very soon, Pet could just simply start Metabolic Boost. I mean, he has 140 gas. He's about to have enough money to just start that link speed. And then this will be the only edge that True had taken away.
He might do that, or he even could start a Roach Warren, start to, with his better economy, get a higher Roach count, and then eventually just push across the map and win. So we'll see what he wants to go for. I mean, at this point, 28 drones to 13 drones. You are so unbelievably far ahead, and True knows that, so he has to continue all-inning here.
Yeah, but you know what? He has so many lings here. He actually kills the Queen again.
I think it was a bit of a mistake for Pet to not make some more Banelings.
Yeah, okay, now he has one over here. Oh! Okay, there went commentator there for a second. But he has, he had one opportunity there, I feel like, to overwhelm, and now he's lost it. Even one bang for 2 lings is not the worst case when he has such a great economy. The drones can fight. He did heavily drone, you know, up to 31 here. And it cost him for a moment there in Army, but look at that, 2 great Baneling hits.
And he's just making more now. He realizes that True is not transitioning at all, so as long as he plays it safe, continues to make Queens and Banelings, then he should be totally fine.
Yeah. And, I mean, this is starting to be weaker and weaker every time. It's always about 16 lings he has or so, and then he's making 10 at a time with all the larvae he can. The lings here will try to surround this Queen. Drones stop that from happening. Doesn't have any Banes, though. He needs Banes here. This could be another opportunity to overwhelm. Again, like I said, if he overwhelms, he wins this. Banes are being blocked here by drones, so he can't actually target those down, but he gets the one on the right side.
Gets that one.
Is he going to break through? This is crazy if he does this.
Well, he's got the Roach Warren, needs to make some roaches, but he doesn't have the larva. He's got the minerals and the gas, but he really needs to make these roaches right now.
Oh my god, he's lost control of his natural. True is just microing as well as he can. He's trying to overwhelm here. Okay, here comes a Bane hit! Oh, good reaction there, sending 1 ling off. While this Bane is here, he can't get the value he wants. Roaches are starting to pop out. Takes 3 shots to kill a ling. Every 3 shots so important. Okay, another Roach comes out.
He's going to try to commit to the hatchery here. Pet needs to stop this, and I think he should be able to.
True, I think maybe should not have been doing that. Wasting a lot of DPS there, losing lings as well. The hatch not going down.
And now with more and more Roaches popping out, he has 4 out, 4 more popping, makes a couple more. And now look at that Army. I don't think any amount of lings can surround that. There's no drones there, of course. He's only on 13 drones this entire game.
There were really 2 times where Pet didn't have any Banes and there was a massive ling count against him, but he survived both moments. Those were the 2 really scary timings. He survived both. Now he has almost more Roaches than there are lings for True, and that will seal a deal. In fact, I think now he does.
Yeah.
157 lings die in an 8-minute game.
For 1 player. On the other side, 66 and 19 drones. And Drew is, I think, just going to make only lings. He made 2 drones, and he's going to make only lings and then try to overwhelm somehow. Maybe he'll play like the backdoor game. You know, if the roaches ever move out, they're slow. You try to go in there and like kill a hatchery or something.
I think he's just going to do another all-in, which will never, ever work.
Only if Pet moves out and the bailing hits are terrible and the roaches are across the map and he fails to go back home and, one hatchery goes down.
Can you give me like 10 more if conditions that have to be met?
Pet stands up and goes to the bathroom and decides that he's had enough. StarCraft, he's switching to Heroes of the Storm. It's... the booth falls on his head, God forbid. I don't want to see that happen to anyone else ever again. But, True is... Pet is going to play this correctly. He keeps some stuff at home and makes sure that he doesn't get run by, sees this.
That was basically the worst baneling hits he could have had, and yet still I feel confident for him. He's going to try to base trade. There are 2 Banes at home as far as I know, and 2 more morphing. If we can just protect those, he holds this push off. The Queen goes down here. This is his last opportunity. The Banes will finish, and then we'll kill the Lings, and that's it.
That's it. GG. Pet takes game number 1 in about 10 minutes' time. And a very, very nice defense there from this player.
He's so happy. He knows he's 1 win away from advancing out of this group, where I'd say of the 4 players, he was the biggest underdog. He was the player that people least expected to advance.
Yeah, I think in the, the seeding, the rankings on Team Liquid, he was literally number 16.
Yeah.
So,
in the power rankings, right? And we all know that sometimes power rankings don't really line up with reality, okay? It depends on who's writing, but I feel like this power ranking was pretty well made.
Yeah,
and it kind of aligns with what I think as well for the most part.
Especially for Pet, right? He's like the most unknown. He's, I feel like Marine Lord, before the tournament started, is a better player than him, actually. And then I see this, and I'm like, well, I don't know. Hero had a bad day, but Pet looked really solid. And now against Drew, he's having some great micro, actually.
I feel like the ball is really in Pet's court, too. He's ahead now. He has that build order advantage. He has that mental advantage, which is so important in Zerg versus Zerg.
Pet's saying, Drew, why are you so strong in televised matches? And Drew's like, you're being too much, especially because Pet just beat him. Anyway, guys, we are going to be jumping into game number 2 right now between Pet and Drew.